Because so much of our life is spent working and we consistently have to interact with people not necessarily of our choosing, it is inevitable that there will be from time to time friction, trauma, and spilled emotions. The emotions we feel are more to do with stress than danger, hurt by criticism more than physical harm, and indignation more than physical anger. At least we hope that is the case in our civilized society. We may have been told when young that sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never hurt me. But that does not make it any easier to cope with other people's attitudes or behavior. In responding to situations, more than anything else, it is about how you control your emotions more than they control you, and how you use an emotional framework when making choices and decisions, with or without other people. Typically, one of the most common emotional conditions at work is stress. This may be caused by a mismatch between the perceived demands placed on you and your perceived ability to cope. The key words here are perceived and mismatched. Why worry about what others think? Quite often, the anxiety is about what others will think or say about you if you fail. It is not necessarily to do directly with the task in hand. If it happens that it is the task that is the issue, and you genuinely do not have the resources, be they time, knowledge, skills, and help, to achieve the desired outcome, then maybe the task should not have been embarked upon without having first sorted that out. Was it emotionally intelligent to take it on in the first place? Alternatively, there needs to be a different strategy to achieve success or to fail without dishonor and recrimination. Research shows that the vast majority of people leave their jobs because of their boss. Many bosses were promoted to their job without having any training in leadership or management and believe their position confers on them automatic wisdom and intelligence. Sadly, the cause of poor performance that might otherwise have been avoided. Common areas of stress. There are also some occupations that are well known for being the cause of stress. In the development of computer systems, for example, there is no point in promising a completion deadline that you are not certain of delivering against because of the unforeseens that will inevitably occur. By comparison, Christopher Columbus, when setting sail for the Americas, had no idea how long it would take, how much would be needed in the way of ship's rations, what obstacles he would find on his way, or what he would find if and when he arrived. If he had been asked to provide a timetable and cost-benefit justification to his masters before setting sail, he might never have started. Stress in such occupations as systems development, if you are a supplier of such systems, is caused by the purchaser's expectations, quite understandably, of the delivery date being the supplier's problem. The supplier feels obliged to compromise between what he knows his customer wants or needs to hear and the reality of systems development being a pioneering process. This is why, in the case of so many very large public sector systems procurement projects, they fail to deliver against expectations because insufficient contingencies and controls were built realistically into the process from the start. Unrealistic expectations? People working in such development teams will feel the stress of their employer's needs to make a profit, the customer's sometimes unrealistic expectations, the pressure on their domestic lives, and the need to safeguard their reputations as competent workers, a mismatch between demands and perceived ability to cope. In such circumstances, developers will usually work less rather than more efficiently, will be more prone to make mistakes or overlook important details, and are at greater risk of being absent through stress-induced illness. The impact on the project is that it will suffer. Where does emotional intelligence fit into this quite common scenario? Should you always do the right thing? There is often a conflict between being seen to be doing the right thing and doing what might not be obvious but will produce a better final outcome. Purchasers have to be seen to be doing their jobs and are motivated to fit in with what their masters would see as good performance. That might include both budget and timescale, as both are concrete and finite. The supplier